Well, you have to say it's a difficult pill to swallow. It's a hard one to take. It looked like for a long time during that second half we were going to hold out for 3 points. Then, of course, Ronaldo struck. And then he struck again to really, as Darius said it quite accurately, break Irish hearts on the night. But so much encouragement to take from that performance by a host of Irish players. Adam Ida, Andrew Omabamidele, in goal Gavin Bazunu, Matt Doherty, Seamus Coleman. So many good performances right throughout the Irish team, and just devastating that we didn't get something from it. On the night, Liam, we didn't get a point, but we can take a lot of encouragement given what has gone before it. We saw signs, a lot of green shoots, let's say.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's a team for the future, without any doubt. You mentioned those young players, Peter. They're only going to get better. It's, as you said, a difficult pill to take. We were so good in the first half. Second half, the Portuguese kind of knew they had a game on their hands, and they got their act together. And of course, when you're at the end of so many crosses, when you're tired, and you have that guy Ronaldo in the middle of the 18-yard box, he's such a good header of the ball. The first one was an easy one for him, but the second was an absolutely brilliant header. So you've just got to hold your hands up and say he was the difference. What a shame for the Irish team. Great performances. Very nearly pulled off a result that would have kept us going in the World Cup. Now we have to win our next 2 home matches, I think, Peter.
Yeah.
And build on this, because definitely a performance to build on.
Didi, what did you make of Ireland's performance tonight?
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I've rarely been as deflated as I'm now after watching a game, because the lads didn't deserve to lose. Dara mentioned in commentary, he played a minute over added time in the first half. There was no need or no reason whatsoever to go past the 5 minutes, because I think Hendrik makes the clearance, bang on 5 minutes, and the ball goes back, and I think the game should have been finished. But obviously, there's nothing you can do. It's just heartbreaking, because if you won the game tonight, you bang in the middle of the group, you bang in the mix, and I think this is what they would have deserved after the performance. You mentioned a few players, not to forget Josh Cullen, who's been magnificent in the centre of the park. So many brilliant performances. Moving forward, you've got to take the positives. It's heartbreaking. You've got to learn from it to keep your concentration for 95 minutes, which is obviously not easy because they put so much effort into the game. But certainly after the last 14, 15 months, a big step forward. It'll be a different game against Azerbaijan. They will have more of the ball. This is when they usually struggled, when they had to make the game and create chances. But you just have to, I hope the manager realised tonight, because he wants to play football, which is all well and good. But if you haven't got a solid defence, the modern day football is based on defence. France won the World Cup 3 years ago. They had brilliant players. Why did they win? They're the best defence. You look at Italy winning the Euros. You look at England getting to the final. They hardly conceded a goal. If you've got a good defence, then you start playing. You do the basics right, and then you start playing. And as we've seen in the second half, some of the combinations they've had, we've probably not seen in the last 12, 14 months.
But our defending was very good, wasn't it?
Exactly. But this is the base of any successful team. If you try to play all the time, you've got to do the basics right, and then you start playing. You've got to earn the right to play. And I think that's what they did tonight. And I can't even imagine how they feel, because I've not seen, I've been coming here a while now, but I've rarely seen, I'm not even sure whether I've ever seen a better performance in the last few years from an Ireland team.
Yeah, so unfortunately we go down to a 2-1 defeat in Faro, but it certainly was a very encouraging performance. So we really can look forward to the next couple of World Cup qualifiers in this group coming up within the next 6 days. He devoured by the adoring Portuguese fans there as he exited stage left, having done that interview. But interesting there, did he, listening to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he used the word belief. Now, I don't know whether the entire Portuguese team believed that they were going to get back in towards the end of that match, but that's one thing he has in spades, isn't it? He believes, particularly in himself and his own ability.
Yeah, but this is what the best players have, because at times you fail and you can't always succeed. At times you will have setbacks, and it's just how you react. And Liam alluded to it at half time. He didn't have the best of games in the first half. He was very static, got more into the game in the second half. But one thing he never lacks his belief, as he just said, and he believes right up to the last minute. If there's one more cross coming in, I get one. And even after the first goal, he got the ball, he got somebody to get the ball, and said, "Come on, we might get a second one here." And sure they did, and that's why he's the player he is and he was. And at his age, 35, 36, to still, you saw the physique. The guy is really phenomenal.
Yeah. But that's enough about Cristiano Ronaldo for the moment, because he's hurt us tonight. But we got to concentrate on some of the good stuff that Ireland produced, particularly in that second half, Liam, when we were really under pressure, but defended manfully.
Yeah, it was a good setup, as Didi said. You played 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs. We were a 5, but in the end, it was everybody. It was Duffy, it was Egan, people getting headers. When the goalkeeper had to do his job, he did it. I thought Omabama Idele did very, very well when he came on. This is him stopping Ronaldo crossing. It looks as if the lad coming there, Batsunu coming, showing his confidence, showing his personality. It really was good. This is Doherty not giving up. And it looked like we were going to pull it off because we were such resolute in defence. It really was backs against the wall, but we were organised. We didn't give them space. We got blocks in. It really was an onslaught in the second half, because the Portuguese in the first half thought it was going to be an easy match, but it didn't turn out that way.
Liam, you used the word organised there, and that was a word I rarely heard used during the O'Neill and Keane era. That, in fact, I heard the opposite very often from pundits, that the Irish team looked disorganised. On this occasion, despite all that pressure, do you feel that we kept our shape, we kept our composure, we kept our game plan?
Yeah, I think it helped that they knew what was coming, and because the Portuguese are such a talented side, that we knew we had to defend and get numbers back behind the ball. But everyone did their job brilliantly, and it's good to see, and it's something to build on going forward. As Didi says, it's going to be a different proposition against Azerbaijan, because we're going to be expected to make the play. But we showed enough in that first half that we can make the play. And I thought Coleman and Doherty were great in the wing-backs, and I thought Ida led the line superbly well.
Yeah, there were some really great performances, including Adam Ida, as you said. It is a tough one to lose, but hopefully they'll take great confidence from the performance. And Didi, in certain ways, given the faith that Stephen Kenny has shown in these young international players, has he been vindicated in some ways tonight?
Oh, 100%. I think Dara said it in comedy, they come of age. I think some of them really get a feeling and believe they can play at this level now. They belong there, and I think this is the first step to really perform there on a consistent basis. And they couldn't have done any more. I think all 11 deserve another chance or another call up for the next game or the next 2 games. So a big step forward, but they have to progress now. They have to kick on now, because the last thing you want to do now is have the same performance now against Azerbaijan, against Serbia. You've got to make the most of it now and really kick on and have these performances on a regular basis. Yeah,
Liam, you've watched a lot of international matches over the years. How refreshing was it to see so many young players almost grow into the shirt as we watched it and play at times like experienced internationals?
Yeah, well, I think that's been Stephen's plan now for the last few games, is to concentrate on bringing young players in, and it was great to see how they performed tonight. Fantastic, 2 brilliant goalkeepers. We've got potentially brilliant goalkeepers. Ida led the line brilliantly. And all the senior players are at the right side of 30. So there's really something to look forward to, I think. And I just hope now that we can build on that with the next 2 games. Because Stephen keeps saying we're on a journey and it's going to take a bit of time. And I think with all the results that we've had before tonight, people were beginning to doubt, but I think we saw signs of what could happen to this Irish team going forward. Yeah, maybe tonight was the turning point. Let's really hope that it was. Now, unfortunately, we're completely out of time for tonight.